aka B. This is gonna be titled as an order, y'all, and some of y'all in the church too. Y'all gotta stop this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. You know, um, and see, this is what all that fake it to make it mentality. Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand y'all. You know what I mean? I'm praying for y'all because, God says pray for, I'm doing what God says. He says pray for your enemies and pray for those that persecute you and despitefully use you. Some of y'all that have done that to me and all that, I'm praying for you. Being a fraud is not that. Why would you do that? That what you're, like, think legacy, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all playing too many games. Why would you just go be all the way cold? I don't understand this. Like, what I mean? That's why, I can go to bed at night. You know what I'm saying? You're probably jealous of me and some other men and women of God because we can go to bed with ourselves at night because we know we really giving whatever our best shot. When I was in the streets and I did that my stuff, I didn't play with God. I really was giving the streets and whatever I was doing, my gang and all that, my best shot. You know what I'm saying? Give God your best shot. If you're gonna go to the church, why waste some time? Go to the church and really give Christ your best shot. You know what I'm saying? In life. You know what I mean, and shut down this fakery and stuff like that, and like Christ said, present yourself as a living sacrifice. So that what that means, your thoughts, your emotions, and what you feel, what your family think, and what your little friends group think, and whoop whoop, and all this and that, even what the church thinks or other fellow pastors. What is Christ saying? You know what I mean? And that's why a lot of y'all ain't healing nobody. That's why a lot of y'all ain't really anointed for real, for real. A lot of the people that I thought was anointed, that was some fake, that was something from the demonic realm. You know what I mean? Because you know them by their fruits. There was no burden, there was no burden, there was no carrying someone's burden, there was none of that. They acted like, they cared, you cared about your life too much. And guess what? Jesus says you'll lose it. And I know it's a process, but at least know the standard. So what I'm saying is this is the new order, and period, whether you like it or not. You know what I mean? You can test it, I guess, if you want to, but I'm trying to tell you that right now, I'm definitely I'm God's new mouthpiece, and I ain't the only one, but I'm saying right here, before you want to, this religious mindset, you messed up and got to curse you and all that. See, Satan loves religion because he knows that we can't fulfill the law of Christ. I mean, the law of God. So we're not fulfilling the law of God no more. What we're doing, Christ did that. What we're doing is fulfilling the law of Christ. You bear someone's burden before you try to curse somebody in the name of Jesus. Otherwise, it's going to come right back to you. I'm just saying.